4th down, the final play, unless they can stick it in the end zone. Dorsey under pressure, throws it, incomplete. The Buckeyes win.
Ezekiel Elliott, and he's got an opening. Elliott off to the races. Can they catch him?
Feature the two backs as receivers, and now a downfield shot on first down for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State strikes first. Making adjustments again, and there is Smith running free, breaks a tackle. Ohio State strikes quickly from 45 yards. Pressure comes. Shaw, knock it out, and picks it up. Jack Shaw, coming down the sidelines. Ohio State scoop and score and dagger from 82 yards.
Here they come.
Heavy pressure. Howard delivers downfield. It's Smith. He's got it. Jeremiah Smith. The 2025 College Football National Champion, Coach Ryan Day, and the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Welcome in, Buckeye backers. We are bringing it to you live from Seattle, Washington, to the cornfields of Enid, Ohio. We are the pulse of Buckeye fans across the nation, with Seattle Matt and Buckeye Steve. Well, boys, it's the off season. This is going to be a little more of a national show, so welcome in, Buckeye backers. We got Mike Germanese from Wolverine backers, Vandy Chris from Vandy backers. We're going to talk a little portal, and my oh my, has it changed the landscape of college football. Now we don't have blue bloods anymore. As Mike Germanese coined, we got green bloods. Green bloods, man. The more money you spend, the more time you have on top of college football. You know, we heard a little bit about Ohio State, that $20 million they spent for the national title, which wasn't even the most that year, but that's when it all started. It was like, let's spend for a national title. Let's spend money and win that title. We've seen Vandy turn it around, Chris.
Yep.
The money that's been spent at Vandy is astronomical compared to what you were spending in the past. And I see it just continuing to increase Vandy's profile in the SEC. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think they found a recipe with what they did last year in the portal. They spent $9 million, added a ton of offensive linemen because they needed to protect Pavia because he played in 2024 with a torn hamstring. So they had to protect him. How do you protect him? With the big guys up front. You sign the offensive line, and it made them ultra competitive. And I think that's a recipe that if you follow it going forward and you continue to follow it and get older, upperclassmen, experienced, big offensive linemen in the portal, you're going to be able to compete no matter who you have playing quarterback.
Well, yeah, just look at the NFL. Look at teams like Chicago.
You know, personally, like,
That's how Chicago.
Sometimes I love the portal. I'm getting into the locker room. Sorry, getting a little off topic. But Doug says, personally, I hate the portal. And the way that NIL is such a clusterfuck. I love it and I hate it, man. I have a love-hate relationship. I'm kind of bipolar with that. Like, I don't know, man.
I think the problem with the portal is no one knows exactly how it really works yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, there's supposed to be rules. There's supposed to be salary caps, but there's no rules. There's no salary cap. And it's almost like it's getting to the point where you just have billionaires playing fantasy football with college football.
Yeah, they own a team without owning the team. And these are guys that own teams like Mark Cuban. Like,
yes.
He owns the Mavericks. He knows what it takes. He knows why spending money works. And he knows that there's rules.
Or Dan Gilbert at Michigan State, who owns like what's the Cavs. You got all these owners that went to these schools.
And Haslam at Tennessee, who owns the Browns.
Yeah.
Ross at Michigan, who owns the Dolphins. Like,
it's crazy.
It's just the amount of money involved now. It doesn't make sense.
But see, with a guy like Cuban, though, now you have a problem, right? because one of his kids goes to Vanderbilt. He's donated $30 million there. He's donated money to Indiana, and he's also got another child that plays athletics at UCLA now.
UCLA is one of those programs. There's a lot of teams better hope UCLA doesn't. Their coach doesn't get that NIL fund going.
Yeah, how is he going to do that though? Like, this
The
is
same way
deal.
Indiana did. If you get the right guy who can align the president, the AD, and convince guys instead of putting their names on buildings, putting it into sports,
Yeah.
then you can get it. And a big part of that is having endowments. These schools with massive endowments that can go 1 or 2 years without having to, that can use that and keep the booster money and push it to sports, they can get out ahead fast.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the problem with Harvard being top of college football?
I think if they wanted to, no one would stop them.
Did you see what they did in FCS this year? They actually made the FCS playoffs, I believe. I could be wrong on that. I think them and Yale both made it.
Wow.
Okay, so let me see something.
Someone
here.
needs to look that up for sure.
I'll tell you.
Because
let this load. So money.com. Let's see how many. Okay, so how many billionaires do you think are alumni at Harvard University, according to money.com? From, I think it was May of this year. No, sorry, of last year. Let me see.
how many billionaires?
April 7th of 2025. How many billionaires do you think went to Harvard?
7.
104.
Jesus, I didn't know there was 104 billionaires in the world.
The next closest university, according to this money.com, is Stanford with 69.
Yeah, and Stanford is that. I mean, they have a proud tradition where some of those billionaires should be throwing some money around.
So that's something that you want to pay attention to at Stanford. Because after they fired their coach last year, they got a $50 million donation to NIL.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guesses as to where it came from. I can only think of 3 people from Stanford that would have that kind of money.
Well, according to this,
involved in sports.
Yeah, according to this, there's 69 of them.
Yeah.
According to this, there's 69 of them. That's a pretty good number to have of people with backing.
Because if you think of Stanford, Andrew Luck is the president of football operations, so it can't be him. So you have current
when you only
NFL
play a half a year in the league. Do you make that much money?
And then you got CMC and John Elway, who is an NFL owner.
See, the thing is, when it comes down to it, it's about the president and about the AD, because they have
to align.
They have to align because they have the ability to get to these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to say, listen, instead of you donating your $20 million a year to business or to the medical facility, we'll take that from the endowment and we'll move it to sports. So there's another website that gives you the universities by estimate of ultra wealthy. So people, I think, who have a value of over $30 million. How many people you think went to Harvard that are worth over $30 million?
Over $30 million? They went to Harvard or Yale?
Harvard.
Harvard? Probably like 5,000.
I was going to say
18,000.
18,000.
Night.
So the first Power Four team, according to this, with over 30 million is Stanford again with 8,400 people.
Jeez.
The first Big Ten team is Northwestern with 4,700 people.
My goodness.
The next one is Cal.
Cal's got a lot of rich people.
University of Southern California, 3,900. Texas, 3,500. Michigan, 3,400.
See, that's
UCLA,
a big drop off.
UCLA, 3,000.
Once you get in the 3,000s, like there's a ton of schools that are right around. I mean, not a ton, but there's a decent amount that are right around there.
Notre Dame, 3,000. So this is the top 20 ranked ultra wealthy school. But for billionaires, yeah, there's not. You got UCLA has 12. USC has 17.
Yes, we're streaming on Twitter.
Michigan has 15. Ohio State with the big 2. Vanderbilt 4 to 5.
Don't you talk about Ohio State like that.
Texas 10.
Slap that smile right off your face.
Alabama 0. LSU 0. Auburn 0. Ole Miss 0.
Well, that's why things are changing with the SEC, and we're starting to see the more media is talking about it.
Northwestern 8.
Man, Northwestern's a sleeping giant too. You called that earlier too. UCLA, Northwestern, Stanford. You got to get things aligned. You can't just have money, but if you got money, you got the right coach, you got the right president that invests in the program. You can see some of these schools start to turn around and start to own a little bit of college football.
UCLA brought in 35 guys, and they spent $2.2 million over what that walked out.
So, for clarification, both Harvard and Yale did make the FCS playoffs this year.
If Harvard wanted to, if they actually decided they were going to take over college football, I don't think anybody could stop them.
I don't know if Ducks backers meant to say this. Cuban owns Indiana, Crumble owns BYU, and OSU owns Oregon. I don't think he meant to say that. But yes, I agree, man. That Rose Bowl says it all.
I think everybody owns Oregon. As soon as you get to a tough game, their offensive line falls apart.
Andrew, we tried to get you in here tonight, man.
He told me he hadn't been following the portal. He can wing it just like we can.
Understandable. I mean,
Vandy looks
as
good.
closely as I should. Probably.
Ohio State had a big day.
5. Got 5. 2 defensive linemen from Bama. They were like, I want another piece of that Indiana team.
What's going on down there?
Going on at Bama?
Yes.
Dude, did you listen?
I'll be honest.
The finances, man.
You're the SEC guy. I honest to God think Saban seen this coming, and that's why he left.
Because Vanderbilt took one of their offensive linemen and a wide receiver from them.
I don't think, and this is just my opinion, I don't think Alabama has the money to compete the way it's going now.
No.
Like Alabama.
That's crazy to think about.
Well, let's look at it this way. Okay, let's say you even went, not even billionaires. Let's not even bring in that these guys like Cuban or Ellison at Michigan or these massive guys just cutting $35 million checks.
Yeah.
Just alumni. Let's just say you just went by the alumni. Alabama has roughly 200,000 living alumni. How many living alumni do you think Indiana has?
I think they have the most in the world.
It's 800 and some thousand.
805,000.
Yeah.
How many? Well, you're the Vanderbilt guy. How many does Vanderbilt have?
God, I don't know. They're spread so far out.
It's approximately 145,000. So the biggest SEC school for alumni is Texas.
Naturally.
At 540,000, then A&M. For the Big Ten, it's, Indiana. Michigan's at just under 700,000. UCLA's at 660. Ohio State's at 590. USC 480. Purdue 600. The smallest one is probably Northwestern at 200 and Oregon at 275. So even the size of the school alumni plays into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a lot more people to draw from.
Oh, dude, you got your Vandy boy on here.
Yeah. My good buddy Mike over in doing some time in Saudi Arabia, I believe.
Saudi Arabia, yeah.
And does his loyal BBN show daily. Daily.
Nah, he is loyal.
Yep.
This is an interesting comment by Doug from the locker room. I don't think DeVore runs a tight enough ship for those Southern boys. I mean, you got a little drawl in you. What do you have to? You have to have a tight ship in the South more than you do anywhere else. I don't know. I think you had to have the
Clark Lee runs
personality.
He runs a tight ship. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But at a school at Vanderbilt, you kind of expect it. It's like Northwestern. You kind of expect to have that.
Well, if you think about it,
it's like Georgia, where you expect everybody when they get a scholarship, they have to get some kind of driving infraction to get in.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Like you got to have one kind of dangerous driving record on your way to school so that you can maintain your scholarship.
It's got to be a rule. It has to.
Raiders. I don't think this is a good point because Miami's up there. They don't have all that. They have a 5-time championship within a 30-year window. All those alumni don't mean shit, but they had that mega donor that lost all that money.
Yeah,
what was that
Ruiz.
Huh?
Ruiz.
What?
Yeah, but you got to get rid of the 30-year window.
So he got wrapped up in all that federal investigation that wiped up Jalen Rashada a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And so they spent all that money for these rosters lately. It'd be interesting to see how much more money they have to spend on their rosters in the coming years.
Miami's a top private school. Like people think of Miami and you think of like back in the day when they were Convict U and stuff. A lot of people don't realize like it's a top school.
Oh yeah.
Miami. It's not, I think it's like $100,000 a year in tuition to attend Miami. Like it's not a cheap private school. They got a lot of money.
And Vanderbilt's like 65,000.
There's a difference between Washington folks and Alabama folks. Well, that's for real. There definitely is. But
so when I mentioned Clark Lee runs a tight ship, think about this. Okay, AJ Swan come in as a freshman. They won 5 games that year.
Yeah.
Well, the next year they went 2-10 and lost every single game. That they lost 10 straight games by double digits.
Mm-hmm.
He told AJ Swan he wasn't welcome back. He told Will Shepard he wasn't welcome back. He told Jaden McGowan, "You're not welcome back here. You guys got to go," because they were horrible people in the locker room. And you see
this is true. Georgia gets bonus money for points on their license. 5K for speeding, 10K for reckless operation.
That may be true.
I mean, it sounds like it's true.
Miami has about 6 billionaires to draw from.
So that's pretty good too for such a small school.
Yes. Is your quarterback coming back for his 8th year?
No, he's done.
He tried.
So what's misconstrued about all that? He still has the lawsuit going, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So people assume because he's still got the lawsuit going that he's trying to get another year. Well, that's not the case. He knows he's out of eligibility. He's not trying to get another. But if he shuts down the lawsuit, it shuts it down for everybody that signed on to it. so he has to keep it open.
Well, yeah. Once your kids go to school with you, you have to leave university. Like you should go get a job at that point.
So I get why he leaves it open, because it's not just about him anymore.
Well, no,
it helped every program in the country.
Didn't the kid from Ole Miss just get? Well, he got denied, and then
they're trying to sue, but that's it.
Yeah.
So, but that's a different situation. He's trying to claim a medical red shirt for a year that he was available for 7 games. You don't qualify.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that there's not even a report of him being hurt.
He wasn't hurt. He had bronchitis. He was 4th on the depth chart. He played in 5 games. He was available for 7. Dude, you didn't miss over half of the season. You have no medical claim for that.
It is. NAL is nice because it does keep some of these guys for that extra year and stuff. Like for Ohio State, Caleb Downs, right? And you get to see him that one last year.
That's true.
What sucks about this is high school recruiting is going to become like basketball, where you're just going to see a lot of these big teams drop their classes to 10, 12 guys, and it's going to be about the portal.
Well, interestingly enough, from a portal coach, Kurt Signetti said today, his goal is 20 high school recruits, give or take 1. That was where his exact words. I was on that Zoom meeting with the national title coaches today, listening to that and trying to ask questions, but I didn't get to.
So what's interesting about that is if you go back 10 years, if you had a class that had 27, 28 kids, you had a huge class.
Yeah.
And most of them had the red shirt. Or in Alabama's case, they would gray shirt. They'd sign 28 or 30 kids and gray shirt just about half the class. So if that number's 20, it's really not any different than what it's always been.
In some circumstances, but I think it'll go lower than that because you're looking at. But I think I saw that Indiana had 47 players that were aged 22, 23.
Yes. So
and the
here's
NFL
something
had like 150 some.
Here's something to look for. I'm hoping they come to a ruling sometime in January. There is a current lawsuit from several D1 athletes challenging the NCAA rule on the 5-year window. The basis of that is every division in football, whether it's D2, NAIA, D3, FCS,
can play whenever they want.
They get 5 full years without having to redshirt. The only division that doesn't is FBS. And they're challenging that, questioning why they have to redshirt a year to access the 5th year that you don't have to do at other divisions.
Well, I think that was the rule. I thought they were changing that to the rule of being 5 years no matter what.
Well,
without a redshirt.
It's 4. You have 5 years to complete 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the one redshirt. But you got to remember, too, now, for the JUCO players a lot of these teams are looking at, that doesn't count against it no more.
Right.
So now you could have a guy who played 4 years for JUCO teams come up and play another 4 years.
No, they only get 2.
You only get 2 years in JUCO.
2 years? Okay. So, okay, still 2. So now you're going to have, what, 25-year-olds?
23.
23.
By the time they finish?
They get held back in high school, too.
If you do it the way Pavia did it, he was 23 when he completed his eligibility. Versus the way it used to be, if it was straight 4 years, you would be 22 when you completed your eligibility.
Mike, are you still complaining about Notre Dame getting in? Miami's in the championship game, man.
The team that I'm going to say this.
Alabama. It's
The
Alabama.
team that screwed everybody is Alabama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Notre Dame could have got
If Alabama doesn't make the SEC championship, they're not in the playoffs.
What happened in the SEC championship? They shouldn't have been in the playoffs.
Fair argument. But then you look at, okay, they beat Vanderbilt, they have to go ahead of them. You know.
Yeah.
They beat Texas, they go ahead of
Yeah.
They beat so many teams.
Case,
they had to go in front of them.
In that case, Iowa beat Vanderbilt, so they should have been in.
I mean, Iowa lost to 2 playoff teams, but they lost 4 games.
That game only had 1 opt-out or something too. Like both teams were playing. That was actually a good game to watch.
It was.
For a spring football game,
I hated
for a spring football game, it was a good game.
What I hated about it was Vanderbilt didn't do offensively what they did all year.
Well, that's because Iowa's defense didn't let them do it. That's what happens when you don't play.
Our play calling in the first half was different.
When you get to the Big Ten, it's not a pillow fight.
Okay? Listen to you.
We play hard at the lines.
Truth, man.
Indiana.
I'm not taking anything away from Iowa. I'm just saying our play calling was different in the first half than it's been all year long. Once we went back to what we've done all year long, we were the better team in the second half.
Yeah, but you guys got to play like cream puffs like Alabama and Ole Miss. And
Ole Miss was just in the college football semifinals, man.
You can't say Ole Miss. You can go
not Ole Miss.
Kentucky.
I'm exaggerating
we didn't play Florida.
Didn't play Florida? All right.
No.
Did you play Mississippi State?
No.
You guys actually had a really hard
Tennessee even?
We beat the shit out of Tennessee.
I know, cream puff. I mean,
it turned out that was not a good football team
anymore.
No,
they really
that was not a good football team.
The problem with the playoff is these preseason rankings.
Yes,
that gives this false narrative of everybody thought Clemson was going to be good, and then you beat Clemson early, and that's a top 10 win, and they're dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Florida State was good.
Yeah, like how about Texas? Texas was what, the number 2 team in the country?
And everyone thought Notre Dame was good until they lost 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Like Texas was no good. How about Penn State?
Texas was decent. It's not that they were no good.
How about Penn State?
What if Penn State? What if they don't have all the injuries early that derailed that so quickly?
But you know what? The games you lose, you can't go lose to a 2-win UCLA team.
You're right, but
like you can't. That can't happen.
Mike, what do you mean? What do you mean about Miami? Maybe they were right about Miami. Where's Miami ranked at the start of the season? I don't even remember.
I don't think they were they?
Yeah, they were. I don't know where they were ranked. I can check.
I agree with that. Texas had a tough
Florida State wasn't ranked.
But
one person, did you see that? Somebody posted on Twitter. I wish I would have grabbed it.
About what?
They took all the experts' predictions of who was going to win the national championship.
Mike, do you have a TV going on in the background?
Not me.
Me, probably.
That's you. Come on, man.
It normally doesn't. It normally doesn't sound come through the mic. I don't know why it is tonight.
I figured
Texas was 1.
This is Mike every time on the show.
That's why I don't have. That's why I don't have one of those pens now. I got rid of it.
Yeah, normally my TV doesn't come through like that. I don't know what's going on.
Miami was number 2 at one point.
Miami was 10 for the preseason.
But they were number 2 after they beat Notre Dame, I'm sure.
Yeah, they moved up, and then they had that bad loss.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about, well, look at Florida State.
I think they lost it. They lost to Louisville first, but Louisville was ranked pretty high at one point.
Look at Florida State. I remember we did a show talking if Florida State was the best team in the country.
Yeah, after they beat Alabama. That was week 1. Holy hell, man. That's weird.
The problem is, too, Alabama didn't look good the last 4 weeks. It wasn't like it was
Colin, what's up, brother?
oh,
Colin came out of hiding.
look at Colin. Michigan, Ohio State, and Cancun this week. You better believe it. I'm sure one of our billionaire donors paid for the team to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just glad we got a coach. We could have been in big trouble if that didn't happen.
Yeah. You got Michigan let me down though.
We got a coach, we got a president, all in 3 weeks. That's
Wait,
crazy.
did you get your president announced?
Yeah.
Who is
From Syracuse. I forget his name. He's actually a guy I'm surprised that's into sports.
What's his arrest record?
Nothing.
That's fitting for Michigan, man. I don't know. Actually, they got a good football coach now.
I heard he survived Ohio State. Is that true?
Yeah, he was part of that. I'm sure.
I heard he went to Ohio State and survived. He was on every other team.
You had your own doctor problem.
He was on every other team but football.
Did he have anything to do with Ohio State wrestling?
I think he was on that team. Ohio State race. He survived. Though. He survived. He's good. We shouldn't make light of that. That was pretty crazy.
It was.
Yeah.
That's still.
Duck Spector's talking about a lot of those Utah boys going to Michigan. I mean, follow their coach, man.
They only got, I think, 3 right now.
You got that defensive tackle.
Yeah, Another one they thought was going to go there, but I think he's leaning towards Notre Dame. Notre Dame went nuts today too in the portal. Yeah. Ohio State went nuts. Notre Dame went nuts.
LSU went nuts.
Texas got the receiver I thought from Auburn that was going to go to you guys, Coleman. He went to Texas.
Yeah, Ohio State went from a shit show in the transfer portal to now they're ranked number 8 by 24/7. Got 11 commits.
Picked up a nice one.
Spent $48 million in the portal.
Yeah, they got On3 has you guys at 13.
Today they got 2 defense. Got James Smith, defensive lineman from Alabama. Qua Rashaw. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
So here's the problem.
An edge rusher from Alabama also.
You're
2 Alabama guys in one day.
Quincy Porter went
Terry
to
Moore.
Because I know Quincy Porter went to Notre Dame. The problem with the portal too is
Earl Little safety from Florida State. That was earlier on.
That was a good pickup too.
Virginia just got a nice pickup tonight. They landed Bo Perbula.
Yeah.
Here's another reason why I think you're going to see the portal take away from high school.
Virginia or Virginia Tech?
Virginia.
Really?
Yep.
It would have been interesting to see if he went back with James Franklin at Virginia Tech. Okay.
That's where I thought he was going to go.
Indiana's supposed to get another big guy too.
Man, we're hitting deep in all these.
That's a little bit too deep. I'm not touching that one. Let's get rid of that one. But
I mean, they were all pretty deep, man. To be honest with you, I don't know what's up with the Big Ten and their sexual scandals, but man,
no, yeah, every school.
Then we got to go back to Tucker, and of course your coach is. How many coaches got arrested for sexual stuff at Michigan? I don't even know. I lost count.
Who got one? Who got?
Yeah, who was that guy that was on To Catch a Predator?
Morgan got caught for sexual assault. Moore was going to kill himself. There's a big difference. He was assault. not sexual assault. There's a difference.
Well, I mean, he was going
Okay.
after the girl. Yeah.
Okay, he never threatened her. He threatened himself. So I'll give him credit
He
for
was
that.
at her house. One of his charges was breaking and entering.
But if you're gonna kill yourself, don't grab a butter knife.
Or I think it
At
was
least
just
grab
entering
something
'cause he had a key.
that you can actually make it look good.
Dude. Alex Ude, yeah, you forgot about him too. And then how can you forget about Wise just stealing people's pornographic pictures off the internet?
It's a good
Big
move, man.
name has hit the portal tonight.
Who?
Jordan Seaton, former 5-star at Colorado, has hit the portal tonight.
Because it ends. When does it end? Friday?
19th.
So we're in?
Yeah, Alex Ude was paying a little girl to sleep with him.
Yeah, so next Monday.
Oh, dude, that was some nasty stuff. Yeah, just forget about the Michigan stuff. Let's keep talking about the Michigan people that have been arrested.
Oh, we did a lot of them.
Come on, move along. Hey, I give you guys credit though, man. I think your hire. It was a good hire.
We're gonna find out.
Kyle Whittingham he's a tough dude, man. Did you see him when he got off the plane though? He was like, "Man, it's cold." Like, no shit. It's cold up there, man, in the winter. You're not out west cold anymore. This ain't a dry cold.
The good thing is, I think they did upgrade everywhere. Every coach they hired is an upgrade. And you're not going to have a coach DMing OnlyFans at halftime and actually making adjustments. So that helps too.
Oh, Jordan Seaton will be commanding a King's ransom. Yeah, for sure.
Everybody wanted him coming out of high school. Everybody wanted him.
Yeah. He just announced that?
Tonight, 53 minutes ago.
He's going to have to go to Yale. They're the only ones that have the money for it.
Stanford.
That would be hilarious.
Stanford, pay him. No, I'd
Can
like
you
to see
imagine?
dude,
Can you
it
imagine?
would not surprise me. Someone said, I can't remember who said they didn't have enough.
What about Sacramento State?
Sacramento State ain't got no money.
Oh, they do. They got a lot of money.
Well, they have people that live there, but are those people that are actually graduates of Sacramento State?
I don't know who's graduated from Sac State. Yeah. They tried to hire Michael Vick last year.
Sacramento State, what's their mascot?
I have no idea.
Good.
But they've put it on notice. They invested like $143 million in their football stadium.
That's not an investment. Didn't Penn State just do $2 billion or something in their stadium?
Well, consider where they've been.
Yeah. If you don't know their mascot and they're investing that much money, that's a lot of money.
That is true. That's a good point.
They said they found a billionaire that's investing in football and they will win at any cost.
Really?
They said that last year.
That's all you need.
All right.
And they tried to go after Michael Vick, everything.
Should you be a head coach?
Yes.
What is up with California and just inviting anyone to be coaches?
It's crazy.
Like UCLA already did that, man. They fucked up. And that at least he was a running back coach.
Yeah, but
don't just have someone be a head coach just to be a head coach, man.
Who did UCLA get now? Who's UCLA's coach now?
The guy from James Madison.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
They hired Chesney.
That's a good hire.
That's a great hire.
But they have no money. That's the problem.
Who doesn't have money?
UCLA every year.
UCLA.
They have the donors.
Can they convince the money they have to put it into sports?
So here's the problem with UCLA. Every year since 2019, they have been a minimum of $19 million in the red in their athletic budgets. Minimum 19.
Yeah, but that's nothing.
I mean, they start selling out that Rose Bowl.
They currently have over $300 million in debt in their athletic department.
How many people? Well, they just spent 2.2 million in football players and brought in 35 guys.
That's not high end talent for that number of people.
That's true.
Let's see who they brought in.
They're hitting the D2 portal.
They brought in a couple guys from James Madison, I know.
They brought in
Oh, shit, that worked. That works.
an elite guy from Washington State. They got Max Roy from Ohio State. This would be easier transferring in.
Guys that were never going to play ever at their previous schools.
Tyson Ford from Cal, Max Roy, UCLA. Marcus Harris from Washington. Rivals has him as elite. Brian
Mark Norman,
Jr.
you think he'd take an interest in the football program at UCLA? Like quarterback there?
Anthony Sekek from Notre Dame. They have him as elite. A guy from Rutgers they have as elite. A guy from OSU. Oklahoma State elite. Florida elite.
Did Oklahoma State have any elite players for real?
Oh no, I mean they trust rivals. They have
After about 1, 2, maybe 3 beers, they were elite.
schools like UCLA. The problem is that they've never been able to convince their donor base to give to athletics.
That's the thing. And
so here's
one. If UCLA wanted to, with the amount of money that school has, they could erase that debt and not even have to really think about it.
But how are you going to raise the money? You can't. They're not even drawing 5,000 fans per football game.
I'm going to go to the 8 billionaires that went to the school if they buy in and say, "Can you guys all give me 50 million?" Which is what 5% of your fortune. That it's like finding $50 in a couch cushion.
Sure, but you have a bad look now because your biggest name alumni, Troy Aikman.
Listen,
paid Dante Moore's NIL deal, and then Moore played for 1 year and took off to Oregon and didn't even tell him thank you.
That's the thing. They got to start making those.
Yeah, but listen,
deals, like
I don't want sites.
You're gonna have to. I think that's the only way that you solve all this situation.
What?
NIL deals need to be backloaded. So after your second year, you make a little bit more. Third year, you make even.
No, what they need is like everybody said. They need a collective bargain agreement.
No, I don't think you need to do that. Just be smart about your deal. Give them so much money in the first year and be like, hey, if you stay a second year, you get this much more. If you stay a third year, you get this much more. Then at least you keep your money if they leave. Number one. Number two. The other school that wants to come and pick them off has to pay a little bit more to get their services.
2 years ago, your recruiting class. Do you remember what it finished?
2 years ago, Ohio State's recruiting class.
Yeah.
Top 3, wasn't it?
2024, I think it was 5.
How many guys are left from the top 10 players in that class?
I think 3.
2.
Yeah.
So think about how much money you wasted on those 10 players.
For sure.
And they're all gone.
But the dynamics of college football have completely changed, and that's why you're seeing this drastic approach to being like, all right, we're not gonna get these guys out of high school anymore. And if we do get them, we're going to let them go so we don't have to pay them and open up some room for the portal.
Why
That's
would
Ohio State? They were not going to pay their 4th string or 4th, 5th, 6th receivers, so they went in the portal. Why pay someone who's not going to play that much, $1.5 million? You can open up that money and add it up and get someone who's going to start at defensive tackle.
That's and you're 100% right. The problem is all of a sudden 1 or 2 guys, 3 guys get hurt at certain positions. Then you have no one left to play at that position.
Well, I don't think that's you can go get people in the portal for nothing that can be a backup.
And that's not necessarily true because one of the best defensive linemen in the country went down with an injury because he was jumping around acting a fool after winning a championship and hurt himself.
Dude, he wasn't even acting a fool. It was just
And they got better.
Almost, yeah.
How do you get better losing one of the best players in the country and you got better?
I think it was because they played an SEC school.
That is true.
I mean, did you see what they did to that Big Ten school too?
Yeah, they did.
It was a little bit worse.
They bounced Oregon.
That's Oregon's calling card. Every year, Oregon gets to one of these big games and just gets obliterated.
So all of this talk from Dan Lanning about James Madison and Tulane being in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pay attention to what Cignetti did the other night? That was personal.
Well, what he did, he had Mendoza running up. What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of the game.
That was personal. He's like,
no, but you can't say that either, because Cignetti does that to everybody.
He does, man. He's just all gas, no brakes all the time.
He does not believe in taking the gas off.
You know what? That's how you should be. That's what killed Ohio State this year, is not knowing how to step on the gas.
And not
because
having
they never did it.
And not having an elite play caller as the OC.
I don't think that was it. I just don't think they had an identity, because they should have been an up-tempo team, but they tried. They tried to play like a slow tempo.
Because you didn't have an elite
all year long
as OC.
How much of that comes from having a redshirt freshman as a?
You only get that break for the first few games of the season. If Washington, fifth game of the season, you should have been pumping it up a little bit. And that was what ruined the team. If you don't know what your identity is because you're trying to play like a different team than you're built for, you don't have a really good offense. You don't have your bread and butter. You don't. Yeah. And then when you need it against really, really good teams in Indiana and Miami, you don't know how to step on the gas because you haven't done it at all year.
Yeah.
There's a practice how you play, that mantra. Well, there's also like a play like you play. All those games in the middle of the season were basically practice because there was Rutgers and UCLA and Wisconsin. Those practice games, you had to play like you were going to play in big games, and that's what Curt Cignetti does. He doesn't take off the gas against Indiana State.
No.
If you guys would have had Chip Kelly
winning against Oregon in the playoffs, every game's played exactly the same. Ohio State used to have the mantra; they still have it in the Woody Hayes 4-6 A to B. Well, when your coach is playing 6-8 A to B, your team has no idea what the hell to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't know that mantra, it's seconds, 4 to 6 seconds, A to B.
I still think if you guys would have had the same coaching staff come back, you guys would be playing in this game next Monday.
I don't know. I mean, I think if they would have, number one, run the quarterback when it's open, that stresses the defense all beyond belief. If you keep look at both of these teams that are in the national title game. Beck, when he needed to, ran the damn ball.
Yeah, you got to be able to extend the drive.
It looked to me like Ohio State was trying to make Julian Sand a drop back passing quarterback,
which he is. But you can also run. He's athletic as hell.
That's what I was getting at. His skill set seems to suggest that he's more
move in the
threat.
Pocket, at least.
Yes.
At least dance in the pocket a little bit because he flows great in the pocket.
The problem too is when you have a quarterback and you tell him not to run, you tell him not to run, you tell him not to run. That's the first thing in his mind too. So he might see it wide open, but he's like, "Oh, I shouldn't run. I shouldn't run. I shouldn't run." When it's right there, where you can tell Mendoza and Beck are just like, "Oh, if it's there, I'm gone."
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I think it was Cignetti who pretty much said, like, I let Mendoza change the plays, do whatever he thinks he needs to do in whatever they're showing him.
And that's what you need. I mean, if the play is there, you always take what the defense gives you.
Perfect example. Oklahoma, Alabama. If John Mateer takes what's there, he gets a first down. Instead, he throws it. Receiver doesn't catch it. Next play, your punt's blocked, and it's a different game.
Yep.
Oh, 100. That's all it takes sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just extending that one drive.
Yep. But then again, if the guy catches that ball, it's a 6.
Yeah.
Because he had the cornerback roasted on that. So I can see why Mateer threw it.
But it's a little bit like Woody Hayes used to say.
But if he just took what was there without chance, it's a first down.
Woody Hayes said, there's only 3 things that can happen when you pass the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of true, but, I mean, obviously passers have gotten a lot better since that day. But still, if you have a wide-open field to run the ball and get a first down or get 15 yards, you take that every single time. Because passing the ball, something might happen.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened. Something bad happened.
There's 2 different things, and I think maybe some either coaches or players, and I'm not saying at Ohio State, just when quarterbacks are afraid to run, the looking up approach while you're moving in the pocket is great. You want to keep your eyes downfield. But if you see an opening, you take it immediately.
Yeah.
But your eyes still stay downfield.
Because that's an easy first down. Instead of punting the ball, you're still driving. It changes the game.
Thanks, Doreen. Appreciate you. So, hey, let's talk some football. And we kind of are now. Let's get out of this portal thing, and let's talk about Miami, Indiana. What do you think's happening? We'll start with you, Vandy. A score prediction, maybe.
A score prediction? Oh, my God.
It's early for that. Let's
So I think Miami's defense can slow them down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But Mendoza gets rid of the ball so fast. I think it neutralizes that pass rush a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Miami secondary is very good, but I don't know that they played anybody with the skill set at wide receiver that Indiana has. I'm going to say Indiana 31, Miami 17.
31-17. That's a good score prediction. You got something?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
No, the other guy that's on here with us.
He's going to go Miami by a lot because he wants Indiana to lose because their conference rival and he hates them.
42-13 Indiana.
42-13.
I think Indiana, Mendoza does play a perfect game where it's going to neutralize Miami's biggest threat, their edge rushers. He gets the ball out fast. He can roll out of the pocket. He's going to extend the plays outside. He's going to take one of them out of the game. They're going to use the pass first to open up the run. And you've seen when Miami played Ohio State. When you go up-tempo, and Cignetti showed he can go up-tempo, you've seen how gassed those guys were, and Ohio State was moving the ball. And instead of continuing to go up-tempo, what did Ohio State do? They slowed it down. Indiana's not going to slow it down. Indiana's going to put that foot to the gas, and you're going to see those Miami guys have to come out, in, out, in.
That's a good point. And also, Oregon's top 2 rushers were out. I think they were on their 4th-string running back.
And weren't they missing some secondary guys, too, that had hit the portal?
Who, Oregon?
Did they still play?
Yeah.
Oregon?
I don't know if they still played or not.
I think they still played. I think one didn't. And then a couple of them left right after the game.
I have to lean on Ducks backers for that.
But yeah, I think Indiana does a lot of stuff that it's going to give Miami a hard time.
Do you see what Doug said in the locker room? I think it'll be a close game, but I thought that about the Indiana-Oregon game too.
I thought it was going to be close. A lot of people thought it was going to be close to Indiana-Alabama.
Yeah.
I gotta own that one. I said Indiana wins that game, and I don't think it's close.
Oh, you did?
I have videotape proof of that.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a close game.
Just
Because
think about it. They went to Autzen and beat them, and Oregon never
That's true.
really was in the lead. They were a much better team. You just don't go in there and blow Oregon out. But
Here-
that
That was
they
a
went
close-
in there and handled them.
I thought Indiana was gonna win, but I watched the game and they kind of looked even in that game. It was kind of going back and forth. I'm like, oh, this could be a close game, maybe a 7-10. Not 7 minutes in, and I'm like, okay, I could shut this off.
Right?
The first
Today,
quarter wasn't even.
today,
the first
Mario
quarter
Chris-
wasn't even done.
Today, Mario Cristobal did say that they should be good defensively and have their players ready to go. So the injury that happened, it was Mesidor, right? That had the injury,
Yeah.
and he said he's ready to roll. He's good to go. The
So
one
let
thing
me
I
ask you
want
both this. Is Ruben Bain the number one pick?
No, Mendoza's going to go number one now.
will be.
The Raiders are taking Mendoza.
Where do you think Bain goes? Is he
He's top 10, easy.
Top
five.
maybe top 5, maybe 5, 6, 7, right around. I got to see the draft order.
Yeah, it depends on who's picking, first of all, but he's probably 2 or 3.
Jets, Raiders, or is it Raiders, Jets? Those
Right,
two,
Raiders
and
have
then
number
Titans
one.
are third.
Raiders have number 1.
It all depends on team need too.
Raiders,
And who-
Titans, Raiders, Jets, Titans.
Who trades up to get him? Someone's going to trade up to get him. Probably.
I don't know. If there's a quarterback or an elite edge rusher there, they're usually not going to trade out of that spot. Because those are like the highest.
That's what you want to take.
So,
yeah.
no disrespect to Carnell Tate, but if I'm the Titans at number 3, I'm not even sniffing that guy because he made a business decision against Miami and disappeared in that game.
I think they were targeting Jeremiah Smith more. It was just what happened. He was the one that was open, and they traded sometimes. He did make that one play. He made a business decision.
Yeah, I don't think you could say that he took the game off. Like it sounds like you're suing.
But when you make a business decision and step back on a play that you're
On
supposed
one
to
play,
make, yeah,
he felt getting those hits, man. Miami came out and they were hitting Ohio State, and they were like,
he saw that hit was coming. He says, "Yeah, no, I'm not catching that ball."
There's a lot of guys who do that though. Even in the NFL, you see a guy here or there where you know it's coming, and you're just like, no. What do they call you? Get alligator arms?
Yeah,
They're about this big.
T-Rex arms.
Yeah, they're about that big.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see. I don't know. Indiana's just this team. They're just a machine.
Team of destiny.
yeah.
I don't know. Is that they're just every aspect of the game. They play it so cleanly. It doesn't matter if it's special teams, offense, defense. It's everything is perfection with this team.
But you know how they do that, right? They keep it simple.
Yeah.
They don't go out there and try and do stuff and be flashy.
Yeah.
I'm going to run the 5-yard out, and you can't stop me.
And I'm going to tell everybody this right now. If you don't think Indiana's going to be back next year, you're nuts. This
'Cause that's what everybody said this year too.
This team ain't going no. I before the season started, I said I think Signetti has some pressure because of everything he said.
Yep.
He answered those calls.
Yeah.
Just Google me. I don't want to Google him. I don't never want to see him again. Fuck, you just Google me.
I don't want to know any more about Signetti. I know enough.
Yeah. And they
It's gonna
they
sound
just
weird.
do.
The Big Ten goes through Bloomington.
Yeah. There's a couple things. First of all, Miami's going to have a lot of motivation in this game. Playing at home, 8.5-point underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to the questions that Mario Cristobal got asked today, it was Mendoza. What about Mendoza? He had probably 6 or 7 questions, 6, 7, about Mendoza. My daughter's going to like that, so I had to throw that in there. I told her next
Right.
time I ever had a chance to, I would. So I did. So no one asked him about Beck, about how he won that game, about his team. It was all about Indiana.
Well,
Indiana.
That's because Beck doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, he doesn't. But that's the whole thing. That's the whole premise. That's how you motivate a locker room. But like you said, Indiana's a team of destiny. I got Indiana. I got it probably a little bit closer than you. You did 42-13, 31-17 is a little closer in my range. I think it is somewhere
Because you got to remember this too.
24 to 13.
I think we're
Decent
gonna know in the first quarter how this game's gonna go. Because if Indiana can get a turnover or two and you see them go up 14, and now you're gonna make Beck have to pass a lot more against that defensive line that can get pressure and that secondary. Like Indiana has legitimate NFL defensive backs. Like this is Miami falls behind 14 points.
Miami can't have the penalties they had against Ole Miss, and they can't be allergic to interceptions either.
No. This ain't no Ole Miss offense or defense. Like Miami, if you screw up, they're gonna make you pay.
And look what Miami was playing hacky sack with interceptions. Like what
ask Oregon how fast it turns.
Yeah.
This team does not make mistakes. They punch the ball out. They're just well coached. And it's every position group it's just elite coaching at every level. God, I hate saying that about Indiana. I want them to go back to being the team that couldn't win nothing.
Mario Cristobal has a habit of smacking his lips when he's talking. I saw an interview when Ohio State was playing them, and it was annoying. I'm going to pay attention to that now. I can guarantee that, but I haven't noticed it at all.
Here's a question.
The only thing that sucks about Mario Cristobal is he's 2-0 against Day. That's what pisses me off.
If Cristobal has the chance to take a knee, does he do it for a third time and screw it up and cost him the game? Because he did it once at Oregon.
I agree.
He did it once at Miami.
You say you hate Indiana. I love watching. They're fun to watch, and dude, it's a good story. It's
going to be a movie.
Yeah,
100%. It's going to be a movie.
Hoosiers Part 2.
Like, is there another comparison
you know what they need to call it? Pigskin Hoosiers.
Is there a comparison anybody can think of for even professional sports, a turnaround like this?
No. It was the worst program in all of college football. You went from the bottom to the pinnacle. If you
that resides in New Mexico State and will always reside there.
What was the stat? Indiana hasn't won a bowl game since like 1988 or something until they won that first one?
It was 88. Yep. No. Let's see. They hadn't beat Ohio State since 88. I think it was 67.
Like, what, the losing, they had the most losses out of any college.
Oh, no, 67. Program? They hadn't won the Big Ten since 67. I don't know about bowl games.
Yeah, I think somebody said, I forget the stat, they said, like, that was their first.
Didn't Coach Allen win a bowl game when he was there?
I thought they said that was like their first bowl.
Like in the 90s?
Well, maybe it was 98 then. It was still a long time.
Antoine Randall.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I honestly, paying attention to Hoosiers history is not one of my fortes.
And you got Vandy. Remember, he's an Ohio State fan. He can't read. So
I didn't really know that there was a history for Indiana football, other than firing Corso.
He needs to be there.
Oh yeah, he will. It's in Florida.
Actually,
their all-time record is 508, 692, and 38. You've lost 190 more games than you've won in your history.
That's awful. Now Northwestern has that for the worst record in college football.
1991 in the Copper Bowl, Indiana beat Baylor 24-0.
1991 until 2005. That's insane.
It was in 2026, Mr. Michigan. You don't even know how to tell a date.
And they had only won 3 bowl games in their history coming into this year.
That is insane.
They're going to tie the record if they win the national championship.
They tied their record in 1 year.
They just maxed their output. They went from three games to 3 games. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. History.
The amount of coaches Cignetti's going to get fired and hired is crazy.
Matter of fact, in bowl games coming into this season, they were 3-10 overall.
3-10. Oh. 30% clip.
It's still better. There's still more bowl games than Vanderbilt's been in.
I was going to say that's not that bad, really.
Well, when you're 100 games below 500.
Yeah.
Not 100. 190.
Sorry, 190. Like, yeah, wow. I don't think you're gonna have a long list of bowl games you appeared in.
Right.
Well, that's awesome then, man. That's awesome. Like, we should just be like, this is sweet, man. Poor Indiana fans. Mm-hmm. I remember when we were part of Big Ten Backers, which will be back next year. We interviewed one of the guys at Indiana, and they're like, I just want to go 6-6. I just want to make a bowl game. And this is 2023, and now they're about to go 16-0, maybe.
They got you go get the right coach. You got the NIL funding now. Like, they're going to be a problem for a long time. People think like, oh, it's funny to hear people still call them, oh, it's Indiana. Oh, yeah. It's Indiana. This ain't the Indiana that we knew 3 years ago.
You know, it's funny when you say that. You usually say this isn't your grandfather's Indiana, but this isn't like last year's Indiana. You know, this isn't 2 years ago's Indiana. This is
right.
Crazy.
Yeah, you can't say grandfather because they've never been good. This isn't the 2023 Indiana. Okay?
Yeah,
it's not 2023.
See, but I guarantee Indiana fans are still going to be like, you know, if we can go 7, 8, 9 wins a year.
Oh,
they do that consistently.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think so.
They're going to be happy.
There's an expectation now.
That's like Vanderbilt fans. If we can win 7, 8, 9 games a year, we'd be happy with that.
No, with Cignetti there's an expectation there.
Well, this is going to be interesting because he brought over that swagger, that culture, that VMU. How many players did he bring over from VMU?
Like 23, I think.
Not VMU, James Madison.
JMU, like 23 or something like that. There was like a massive number that came with
it. It was a massive number.
And they all leave this year. And that team should have been in the playoffs too.
Oh, yeah. And then
no group of 5 teams should be in the playoffs
this year.
A lot of them this year.
They should have been the G5 team in the playoff that year.
No G5 team should be in the playoff.
Stop it.
I just want a play-in game and have one in.
So Indiana's bringing in 14 players this year in the transfer portal. And these are not
see, that's all Yale needs to do is go look at whoever Indiana's bringing in and offer them twice as much.
It's a good move.
That comment earlier about Harvard and Yale don't have big enough stadiums.
Yeah, they'll just build one.
Well, guess what? The second largest stadium in America is at UT Knoxville, and they were ass. Big stadium don't mean a damn thing.
You had to throw that in there.
I did.
You know what though? It's a nice move. I like the way you threw that in.
I did, yeah.
Sometimes you gotta knock the balls.
You gotta take your shot when you get it, right?
All I want to know is what team owns the state of Tennessee?
Currently Vanderbilt does. And I don't if you look at it, We swept their baseball. Well, we won 3 out of 4 against our baseball team this year. The women's basketball, the last 2 times we played them, we beat their ass.
Ooh, that's big.
Beat their ass at home in football. The only thing we hadn't beaten them in the most recent game is men's basketball. But we split with them last year at that. Vanderbilt's the best athletic program in the state of Tennessee right now.
Good for you guys. Congratulations.
Who would have thought that?
Dude, that's
we had Jerry Stackhouse and Derek Mason coaching here. 5 years ago.
Well, think about 5 years. If somebody would have told you that Indiana and Miami would be playing for a national championship.
Ain't no way. Indiana's never going to get there.
Vanderbilt's going to be a top 5 team in the SEC. Penn State's going to fire James Franklin because he lost to everybody. all in the same year. And he's
going to end up at VTech. Yeah.
And the former
Michigan is going to have another coach arrested. And
the former coach at Virginia Tech is going to be their defensive coordinator under the new coach.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you would have told somebody that 5 years ago, they would have been like, well, besides the Michigan coach getting fired, I could see that happening. But everything else, they would have been like, that's crazy. There's no way.
Because Harbaugh wasn't going to get fired anyway.
That's just normal at Michigan.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just need some bad dudes.
Sure. Yeah, you guys had your fill.
So here's the question. What does Michael Irvin do if they lose that game?
He spanks himself with his belt.
Like, I don't know what Michael's on, but Jesus Christ.
He's going to call his best friends A.J. Brown and Antonio Brown and ask them how to handle it.
Oh, so he's going to walk off with no shirt and throw it into the crowd?
Probably. He does that anyway, even when they win.
I just want him to start a fight with the mascot.
How funny would that be?
How funny would it be if Cignetti walks up to him and just gives him an open hand slap?
Takes his belt out of his hand and bends him over.
Get out of here, boy.
That needs to be a bet. I was going to try to think of a prominent Indiana figure for him to have that bet with.
There's none.
There's not any. Unless you want to go Antoine Randall. I think that's the only guy I can think of.
We can get to basketball. I'm sure there's a ton, but
Michael Penix.
Yeah, he transferred out. Doesn't count.
It's fair.
They only killed his ACL for 2 years when he was there.
Lee Corso.
There we go. Now that would be. I don't know if Lee Corso's up to that.
I don't know.
Here's the bet. If Indiana wins, Lee Corso gets to take Michael Irvin's belt and whip him with it. And if Miami wins, he gets to do it to Lee Corso.
Lee Corso gets to pick one of the members from College Game Day to do it. Lee Corso can't swing the belt. He's 106.
Can you imagine Pat McAfee whipping Michael Irvin's ass with a belt?
Oh, there we go, Pat. Yeah. Pat's from Indianapolis. He's an Indiana fan.
Well, did you guys see the video before when Indiana was coming out? Cignetti looks at him and gives him a point.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I was like, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
And then that was the only time he smiled.
Until after the game when he said he wanted a beer.
Only coach I've ever seen up 35 and still no smile. His face looks the exact same.
That was a question I had written down, too. Did you ever get that beer after the Peach Bowl? I was going to ask him that.
It was probably in the locker room waiting on him.
What do you think? I think Cignetti's a Bud Light guy. He's a Bud Light or Miller Light. Definitely, but he's not drinking none of
Amber
that.
He's an Amberbach type of guy.
He's a Blue Moon guy.
No, he's not drinking no Blue Moon, or he's just drinking a light beer, and then he's getting back to work.
Maybe.
All right. He's not smashing a Guinness.
Now it's time to end the show. It's time to go to bed. Let's get out of here. It was a fun one.
Yeah,
Lots
it's
to
been
talk
fun.
about. We'll get back into this again. We need to do the crew, man, so we get a little bit of everything from across the nation and get back into that for next
Well, you
year.
got to remember too, it's going to be a busy off season depending on how some of these lawsuits go and what they decide. I think they have to the 26th of January to make a decision if they're going to expand the playoffs to 16 or 18.
They're doing it. It's happening.
I know
I don't know if they can though, because they're under contract right
now.
No,
they still can. The problem is that the Big Ten said they would vote yes as long as the SEC says that they'll bring it to 24 within 2 to 3 years.
I don't want 24, man. That's ridiculously stupid.
I think they should bring it back to 8. I don't even want 12.
I like 12. I think I'll make it 12. Every year when they expand, I'm like, I like that. So I don't want them to expand too much more.
The problem is because
I did want 8 originally.
Because the ACC is broken, has no money. There's not 12 elite teams anymore. And then
we say that knowing the ACC is playing for national championship.
I said SEC, not the ACC. I said the SEC is broken, has no money.
Well,
no, they're
still,
not.
Miami barely got in under this model.
Yeah.
Well, look at
10th seed. They were the last one in.
Miami wins the first two 12-team playoffs. Would have had an Ohio State team that would have missed it, and a Miami team that would have missed it. Both win the national championship.
The 4-team, yeah. That's because teams get hot at the end of the year, man. That's what happens in the playoffs.
And there's no real way to judge who are the 12 best teams in the country. There's not a metric that says.
Yeah, it's all subjective.
Because did anybody think?
I will forever die on the hill. I don't care who you are. If you're undefeated, you belong in the playoffs. No matter who you are.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 12 teams, you might as well put one in that's undefeated if they're undefeated.
Yeah, there's no way you can leave them out.
A 12-team, yeah. 4-team, 100% you can. But 12-team.
So, what do you do? Let's go back to
Florida State.
What was it, 2009, 2010, in that era, when you have Alabama, TCU, and Boise State all undefeated, and you have a 4-team playoff. Who you leaving out?
Boise State.
Why? They beat TCU. They were the first team to ever go 14-0.
I don't like group of whatever they're called in the playoff.
But yet you go take all their players in the transfer portal and hire their coaches.
Let's say this.
I would put it this way. Just because they had less chances to lose during the season, if you're matching them up with another team, you need to take the other team that had a Power 4 conference schedule. Just because their schedule's tougher. If everything else is equal, that's where I draw the line.
To me, if you're going to play the group of 5, if you're going to knock Indiana last year for their schedule or for this year's schedule, and how are you going to knock Indiana and then put one of those teams in when they're playing Wyoming?
Okay, let's use that same thing with Notre Dame. 5 of their wins came against the 5 worst teams in Power 4 football.
5 of those Power 4 teams would have beat Wyoming or the Middle Tennessee out of the School of the Blind.
Syracuse was not going to beat Wyoming. Neither was Arkansas.
Okay, so if Wyoming played in one of these conferences and had to go week in and week out with the roster they had, you don't even know if they would survive. It's a different game.
But you don't you don't get to beat your chest when you're beating the worst of the worst.
I don't know. They still have scholarship players. Yeah, they're not as good as the top of these leagues, but it's better than some of these group of 5 teams that they play.
So looking back at the year where you had 3 undefeated teams. Who determines what a strong schedule is? Because that year, Boise State beat more teams that won 7 or more games than any team in the country.
Okay, so how many Power 4 teams did they beat?
All right, boys. I'm gonna let you two keep having this conversation. I'm bounced out.
No.
You guys keep it. You guys got to keep it going because I have to end the stream. So you got to at least keep it going for 10 minutes.
No. When you end the stream, that's it. We got to get out of here because I have to go to work at 5:30.
Yeah, me too, man. I gotta get out of here. I'm done.
Plus, Ohio State fans
We'll
don't
do it
wanna
again.
watch-
We'll have a whole show on it.
We should.
Ohio State fans don't want to watch a Michigan fan and a Vandy fan argue.
That's true. That's a good point.
Especially considering none of their fans could spell Michigan or Vanderbilt.
No one
So
wants
let's-
to. We don't
let's
even
be
know
honest.
where. We don't even know where Vanderbilt is. Actually, you're on the map now, man.
Yeah, we're on the map now.
They don't know where Knoxville is. That's the problem now. They took Vanderbilt.
They
took their
don't.
spot. Vanderbilt took their spot.
We took their address away from them.
They're like, "Where's Tennessee? Isn't that where Vanderbilt plays?" Only if there was a Vanderbilt fan on here. I mean, a Tennessee fan to
Oh
knock.
God, that would be funny.
Where's TJ?
You know what their go-to is? Well, we've beat you 70 times and you've beat us 12.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That's how Michigan is when you beat them.
I mean, if you're going to brag about beating the worst program in SEC history, I mean, have at it.
There's the one rule.
Michigan likes to brag about
there's
how they
a
won before
4
football was even really a sport.
You can go back 4 years. That's it.
That's what I say, because nobody beyond 4 years was relevant to all that other shit.
No, you can go back 4 years because most players on that team were gone when
Yeah.
you won something.
Yep.
These guys, we won a championship in 1991. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it's been 30 years.
Remember? Hey, you guys remember when I tried to get off the show twice?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm getting off. Peace out.
All right. Catch you guys later.
God bless.